Well, hello friends, it's Amy Frillici from the Gathering Inkspiration Stamp Studio, and today I want to show you how to make, this is just a super cute, it is like a treat pouch that happens to hold some Starbucks hot chocolate. So can you see kind of, it's a little bit hard to see because it's so skinny, right? But it's basically a piece of designer series paper folded and scored, and then the hot chocolate pouch just kind of slips in and out of it. So it's really, really simple to make and yet super cute. And I love all of, the coordinating colors, especially the fact that that copper trim kind of matches very nicely. This one happens to be a double chocolate hot cocoa from Starbucks, so I liked that color on the packaging worked really well with the color on the copper trim too. So let me show you. I always love to start off because, oh my goodness, I have had so much fun playing with this. This is all of the Painted with Love suite of products. Oop, I should back up. You guys probably already know this because I've played with it a ton already, but this is from the 2018 Occasions catalog, Stampin' Up! Occasions catalog, and we are on pages 18 and 19 of the catalog. So they always do this fabulous job of showing lots of awesome projects that you can make using all of the products over here on this right hand side page. So I am going to show you, we are using the heart here from the Lots of Love box framelits, the Just For You stamp from the Sure Do Love You stamp set, and then my most favorite, and I wish I could put this designer series paper on every single project that I make these days, and I actually have been doing a pretty good job of it, but this is the Painted with Love specialty designer series paper. It's just got all those really kind of cute, fun, I don't know, just touches of color with then the splash of gold foil. And that's on one side of the paper. It's got the gold foil, and then on the other side does not have the gold foil, but they've got so many cute prints and patterns. I have to bring this right up here so you guys can see. In other videos I have gone through all of the paper, so I'm not going to do that again. So if you're curious to see all of this paper, search back for a previous YouTube video featuring this this designer series paper, and I'll show you all of it. But it's because it's hard to tell in the catalog and online how awesome. I mean, I'm not kidding when I say that it's kind of a joke, right? Like, this is my favorite designer series paper, but then the next project I make, oh my gosh, that's my favorite designer series paper. It's because honestly, in this Occasions catalog, Stampin' Up! Has like hit the ball out of the park in terms of the paper that we are offering, in this catalog. I get so excited. But anyway, you're gonna love this paper, and I'm gonna show you, like I said, the cute project that we made with that paper. And I'm trying to think if there's any, I think that's all in terms of product that we used. So let's go ahead and get started. I am going to show you, let's see, first of all, I have my designer series paper, and I'm going to score that. So I've got my piece of designer series paper here. Can you see that? The shimmer, ooh, all that sparkly gold. And then on the other side, there is no gold foil, but that's fine, because then if you love the gold foil, you're in luck because you've got 12 pieces of designer series paper that have the gold foil. And if not, you've got some other really fun patterns on the other side. So with our piece of designer series paper, that is, let's see, it measures 4 inches by 11 inches. So very, very simple and easy to cut this designer series paper, because basically you just cut the bottom inch off, and then you could cut it at 4 and 8, and you'd end up with 1, 2, 3 pieces of designer series paper. So you could get 3 treats out of 1 piece of designer series paper. So now we are going to we're going to score this designer series paper at 5 1/4 inches. And I'm just going to kind of run that right along there on both ends. I think it's easier to just flip it around, so then you don't even have to know about another measurement. So 4 1/4 inches on both ends. And that's it. That's basically all we need to do in terms of scoring this piece. The other piece we do need to score is, this is a piece of powder pink cardstock, and it measures 2 inches by 9 1/2 inches, and we are going to score this guy just in half because it kind of makes a nice crisp fold, and I love those nice crisp folds. So we're going to score this at 4, I'm doing that a couple times, 4 3/4 inches right there. And then that's it. That's all we need the scoring plate for. You know what we are going to do now? Let's do our embossing and die cutting. So this piece right here, we are going to emboss with our embossing folder. What is the name of this embossing folder? It is the Garden, can you see that? The Garden Trellis embossing folder. So we're going to do that first, and then we're going to do our die cutting because we need to do one of those gold stitched shape circles and then our cute heart. So we're going to cut both of those out, and then we'll be able to put everything together. Okay, so scooting this stuff out of the way. So for this embossing, I need my Big Shot as usual. And then I have my Big Shot platform because this one works with all of the embossing folders. We've got one clear cutting pad there. And what I did, so I've got my embossing folder right here, and I put it in almost all of the way, and I try to make it straight. It did not bother me that there was a little bit of embossing, if you can see on the back side of that, because the first time that I tried to do it, I made the embossing start kind of at that crease and then go over, but it kind of, the embossing kind of made this tear open a little bit. So I decided it was better to move the embossing over to kind of go a little bit here. So when I folded that, and that was the other reason why I did the score mark already too. I just kind of liked it better. So you can play around with that and decide if you want the embossing to go around a little bit on the back edge or not. So put my other clear cutting, or yeah, I guess I call them all cutting pads even though we're not cutting this time, right? Okay, I scoot that platform out of the way because we're not going to need that again. And can you see? So yay, I love this embossing folder. It's just so kind of pretty and dainty. And then we're gonna attempt to find our score, and just kind of nice and easy, because this is what I'm talking about, and it's not really happening, but if, yeah, a little bit. Do you see? I just kind of smushed that back down. So it just, there's something about the embossing that kind of, it does break down the fibers a little bit in the paper, but I think that still looks good. Okay, now I'm gonna grab my magnetic platform and a piece of gold, gold foil. And then this is the Lots to Love box framelits, and we're gonna use this big heart right here. Oops, I'm sorry. The big heart is on the designer series paper. All of a sudden I'm looking at my project, I'm like, that doesn't feel right, because it's not, but here, let me show you what we're doing. So with the heart, we are gonna put it on this really pretty, it's almost like they just brushed our colors onto some paper. On the back side is, can you see that gold foil again? So the little baby hearts, and some of them are gold foil. We are using this side in this project, so I'm just gonna put this, actually I'll put it right down there. Oh, I'm like, that magnetic platform is really like suctioning my thinlits right to it, and that's because we don't have our clear layer in between. Okay, so try this, take two, all right? We're gonna put that heart framelit right there. Then with my gold foil paper, I have my stitched shape circle, and this is the second largest stitched shape circle in the stitched shape framelits. And I will have all of the details, all of the item codes and product names in the details to this YouTube video, so you don't have to remember all of the names and things, you know, of what we're using today. I'll have those all right there for you for a quick reference. Okay, moving the Big Shot out of the way. Actually, look at that platform out of the way too. Okay, so here we go. I love how easy these things just pop right out, right? Awesome, awesome. And then this one, and then can you see all of like the stitching in there? Oh, it just, I hope they never get rid of those stitched shape framelits because I love them and use them all the time. All right, let me make sure I've got all the rest of what I need here. I think we are good to go. I know what we can do next. Let's do our stamping. So the Just For You, we're gonna stamp that. Like I said, that was from the Sure Do Love You stamp set, super cute. I don't think it just has to be for Valentine's. You could, you know, kind of use some non-Valentine, you know, not the pinks and purples and reds, and just make it, you know, a card anytime you want to say I love you to somebody, right? And the Just For You, that's pretty generic too, right? Okay, so we are going to grab our Melon Mambo ink, and I just have a little strip of Whisper White cardstock here. My Just For You stamp is already mounted on my clear block. Nice, easy tap, 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 and press straight down and lift straight up. And that's all we need to do with that one. Then let's see, what else? Oh, right here. It was right in front of my face. I was looking over on the side of the table. This is, and I can never remember the name, but it's, you know, skinny label punch is what I'm going to call it, right? I'll get the exact name and put it, like I said, in the details on the YouTube video. So we're just going to punch that guy out right there. And that's all we need him for. All right, I think we are ready to put our project together. So let's see, I'm going to take this guy right here. I've got my designer series paper, so I'm going to fold it along both of those score lines. I like that it just kind of made that nice little shelf, if you will, for our hot chocolate packet to pop right into. Okay, I'm putting my my kind of belly band around my designer series paper. And then all we're going to do with this, we're just going to grab our stapler and just staple that. So you don't want it super close, you know, you want it to be able to kind of slide. And then once you put that hot chocolate packet in there, that'll kind of tighten it up a little bit, because you don't want it too loose that it's going to be falling right off, right? And then we have, this is our copper trim. This is something that we've had for a little while in our Stampin' Up! Annual catalog. And I'll give you the item code for this one too, but it's just a really kind of a fun, different ribbon. I love the copper color, and I thought it worked really well, like with these kind of shades of pink and coral. So we're just going to tie this guy in a bow, just about like this. Get that all. And I want this to be fairly tight, but not so tight that it's curling anything up, right? Just going to put my finger over the knot to get the little loops the way I like them. I'm going to grab my scissors and cut that guy off. And then what's next? Dimensionals, let me find them. So I'm going to put dimensionals on the back of a couple of things. Actually, before I do that, I want to scoot this bow over just a little bit. So be careful when you do that, because you don't want to rip that, but just kind of nice and easy. If you need to move it, you can do that. So we're going to put some dimensionals on the back of our circle and the back of our heart. And let's see, we're going to pop these guys on here. So can you see how I'm all about the quick and easy these days? I love, you know, there's just so much detail on the paper and you know, on the embossing folder that you don't need to make, you know, super complicated. Certainly you can, but I like to make bunches of things so I can give them to people. So for me, it's a little bit easier to just keep it simple and use cute products that, of course, all coordinate. Put a little bit of fast fuse on the back of that, and we're going to pop him on there. Then the last piece, and I got a different color because I thought this worked really well too. So this is a salted caramel hot cocoa packet. Excuse me. And I'm just going to slip that guy right in there. So do you see how easy? And then they can just pull that out and use hot chocolate, and then you can always put something else back in the little sleeve and re-gift it, or oh my gosh, I just think these things are so cute. So I always imagine that people do not throw anything away, you know, paper crafting wise, that I give them, that they keep it and put it on their mantle and enjoy how beautiful it is too. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this project today. I hope you were ink-spired today. Make sure, as always, that you check out my blog at gatheringinkspiration.com. I've always got lots of other projects on there. I've got an awesome to-go kit, a class to-go kit that I'm offering right now. All the details are on there about that. Make sure to, if you need any of the products to make this project, all the details are in the YouTube video, and then go shop online at my website at amysuzanne.stampinup.net. Make sure you grab the host code over on my blog. That's on the right-hand side toolbar when you go to gatheringinkspiration.com. So use that host code when you shop online. If you spend at least $50, I send you a fun free embellishment. It's always, like lately, it's something fun and new from our occasions catalog. So I'll send that out to you with my thank you card. So thanks so much for watching today. I hope you all have a great day, and we'll see you soon. Bye-bye.